Hey guys, welcome to Fiction Friday. This week we're doing Adventure Time. Obviously most of you guys have heard of it. I don't have much experience with the show or with, stuff involving I don't know much about Adventure Time, I guess I should say, and so this is the first real experience I'm gonna have with the show. If you guys saw my last Fiction Friday a few weeks ago, I'm not doing E. Anthony for a while or any Smosh fanfictions, so I've changed. The first little while I did Smosh fanfictions, but after that last one, I think I'm gonna skip on that for a little bit. So, on to other things, and this week I'm doing Adventure Time for the next few weeks. Obviously, it's going to take me a few weeks. I mean, it can't just, apparently there's 70 chapters, so yeah, for the next long time. I don't know, I might do something in between just to give you guys a bit of a break. But, other than that, let's get started. Okay. The story is called A Guardian Angel, and basically it's a Marshall Lee and Fiona love story, I believe. I don't know either of those characters. Like I said, I don't have much experience with Adventure Time, but anyway, the story's called A Guardian Angel, and here we are, we're on Chapter 1. Okay, Chapter 1, Meeting Marshall. Journal entry number 16. There's a time and place for everything. If something's over and done with, the hatchet's buried, you just stop bringing it up, you know? But anyways, today it was weird. Me and Bubba got into a fight again, like a big one. I thought we were over this. Yeah, sure, I put gum in his hair, but it's that really reason to call me, what was it again? Oh yeah, it was uncivilized. I'm totally civilized. Like, I have a house and everything all by myself. When I was just a kid, my dad died. He was a really cool guy, sneak me into the movies to see horror flicks kind of cool dad. I don't like to talk about it much, but I do miss him. My mom's around, but with how much she works, she might as well have just up and left me too. Is that too much to say? I don't know. I pretty much raised myself since my dad died. When I turned 18, I moved right out of the house and got my own place. I guess a lot of people expect me to drop out of school after that, but why would I? I get free lunch, and who says no to free food, even if sometimes it's crappy? But anyways, at some point between my dad dying and my moving out on my own, I picked up this badass reputation. I don't even know how I got it. Yeah, I can play the guitar and bass. Yeah, I'm probably the coolest guy you'll ever meet, but still, where'd it come from? Actually, I think it was one of those fights I got into in my freshman year of high school. That was back in my I hate everything phase. That was the week of Halloween, and for the entire week, we were allowed to dress up in our costumes just to get into the holiday spirit. Well, my eyes were already a reddish-brown color, so I brought blackout contacts and some cool stick-to-your-teeth fangs, and I was pretty much a vampire for the whole week. I totally milked it for what it was worth, too, telling the teachers that the room was too bright for my safety, and complaining about garlic in the food, saying they were trying to kill me, all that jazz. So anyways, I got into a whole bunch of fights that week. I mean, I was never the type to make many friends, but I wasn't the type to make any enemies either, so I don't know why I got into many fights. Sorry, I'm a little out of it. So why I got into so many fights, I have no clue. Well, needless to say, I'm a lot stronger than I look, and I kind of earned the nickname the Vampire King. High school kids seriously come up with the stupidest names, but it's grown on me a bit. Now it's like a title, Marshall Lee the Vampire King. It's got a bit of a ring to it, no? Whatever. Anyways, the only reason I'm talking about this, writing to be accurate, is because I was born with a mild case of xeroderma pigmentosum. That basically means too much sunlight will kill me. Well, because of my condition, and the names those guys came up with, my mom is now convinced that I'm convinced I'm a vampire. It's a what the heck moment, right? Like, seriously, I hope this is enough for you people to go, oh, this kid's normal and his mother's psychotic. Let's pick her up and ship her off to Looney Land. Because I'm tired of wasting my evenings in this stupid place. Marshall Lee. Snapping the book shut, Marshall stood and handed it to the man with a scowl. "This enough to prove my sanity? I'm leaving now." "Okay, have a pleasant evening, Marshall. We'll see you tomorrow." Shaking his head at the doctor's serene smile, he walked from the room, heading down the hall to his freedom. His mom thought that he was a vampire? Seriously? Sure, when he fought like a beast from the very depths of hell, but what do they expect? For him to just lay back and get attacked? Teachers were dumb, to say the least, and this was his mom's version of helping him out. The moment the teachers told her that what the kids were calling the black-haired teen, she'd come completely paranoid and set him up with mandatory daily psych appointments at the mental hospital. It's not like he could control what other people called him. With a sigh, Marshall waited for the elevator, got tired of waiting for the elevator, because the thing was at least 100, and slower than a snail, and made his way down 3 flights of stairs, waltzing into the lobby past the 80-year-old secretary who had listened to his mother and definitely believed that the teen thought he was a creature of the night. Now more than anything, Marshall was someone who liked to mess with people, and pulling his hood over his head and shoving his hands into his pockets, he walked past the desk, feeling the woman stare on him the whole way. And when he got to the door, he paused, turning his head to face her, and hissed loudly at the woman, making her jump, before rushing from the building, laughing as he passed the gates. Flipping off his hood, Marshall slowed to a stroll, taking in the night air around him. More than anything, he loved nighttime. It was when everything settled, and you were allowed to just be. It was his favorite time of the day. It was also the time of day where he could walk around without a pain-in-the-butt umbrella, long-sleeved shirts, and copious amounts of sunscreen. With a smile, he walked home. Bubba could be as mad as him as he wanted to be. Their friendship was a rocky one at best, and to be honest, Marshall often wondered if all the fighting they did was even worth keeping their friendship. It was a bit ridiculous, to be honest. He shook his head and walked up the dark walkway of his house. Pulling out the loose brick from the side of the house, he pulled out the key and unlocked the door before putting it back in its hiding place. Kicking off his shoes, he flopped on the uncomfortable couch. Immediately regretting his decision, but too lazy to move, he reached over and grabbed his bass, leaning on the side of the couch, and strummed some notes on it, making a tune to fill the silence. After a few minutes, the black-haired teen rolled off the couch, tossing his bass onto it, and made his way upstairs where his room was. Pulling off his hoodie and shirt, the teen crawled into bed, not caring that he was still in his jeans or that his homework wasn't done. Technically, he should be a senior, but after a particularly difficult time in his freshman year and refusing to take summer school classes, Marshall ended up being held back, but not that he cared much. Falling asleep, he wondered vaguely if there was someone out there that would actually see him, not what others called him, not what he had a reputation for, or who was family, but see him as himself, just Marshall. Alright guys, that was chapter 1. Chapter 2 is coming next Friday. Alright, see you guys later, bye.